Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Casey from Plum Pages, and I like to make videos about journaling, stationery, and fountain pens. Today I'm talking about my 2024 Techo Kaigi or journaling and planning lineup. It is currently February, and I wanted to kind of use the month of January to really get used to the new journals and new planners that I have started with the beginning of the new year. And I think it was a really good time to kind of test the waters and understand what was working and what wasn't, and to really fine-tune, if you will, the lineup. I really like seeing what other people are using and perhaps learning from others, and also seeing what works, what doesn't work, and what's lacking in my own journaling process. Now, these two little stacks here may not seem like a lot. For me, it's still a bit overwhelming, even though I promised myself in 2023 that in the new year I would only keep a minimal lineup of journals and planners, because I really spread myself thin last year because I was all about exploring and trying out new journal formats, new brands. I think for 2024 I just really wanted to kind of simplify and use what I know works and what I would be more inclined to use. It's actually a bit more doable for me, but I'm still working through it, and I think next year will be even simpler and perhaps more clear on what I love in terms of journaling and planning. So let's start off with these two traveler's notebooks over here. So these are actually more of a tried and true for me. So this is the Traveler's Notebook Passport size. This is in the newer olive release color, and I have been using the passport size of the Traveler's Notebook since around 2015, and I love it because it is the perfect size just to keep a little notebook or an insert that I keep in my purse just for lists or notes on the go. And I keep this in my purse. It currently has I believe this is an 1180 Nolte, and so it is a weekly and like monthly planner. And I didn't really use it. This one is from 2023, so there are a lot of blank pages, but currently I'm just keeping it in here so that I can use up all the blank pages just as a space for random notes and lists, and I just have a space for things to write while I'm on the go. And that's normally how I've been using my Passport Traveler's Notebook, and I just have that and a clear plastic holder. So this is my standard size Traveler's Notebook. This is just the solid blue leather Traveler's Notebook. I have two little cute charms here, and in this one I keep this is a weekly vertical insert for 2024. Last year I used the undated version of this and I fell in love with it, so I knew it was definitely going to be in my lineup this year. But basically I intended this to be sort of like a creative mood journal. So every week I write down my mood and my thoughts briefly, either each day or from the full week. And then I just have space to kind of just play with my stationery and stickers and tapes and things and just be creative. And sometimes I'll add in little bits of ephemera, but really it's just a place for me to have fun and just kind of experiment. Even though it looks like I write a lot, I try not to keep it super deep. You know, just anything that I like from the week or what I'm feeling or how I'm doing mentally. So yeah, that is just kind of like a light and fun journal that I really look forward to doing. And then I have this Kanso Sashi Tomoe River paper journal. It's exclusively from Jet Pens, and I just really love the paper. It's like a dotted grid paper, and I use this mainly to keep down notes about the books that I am currently reading. And then also sometimes I will write down notes about what I did each day if I'm traveling or I don't have my larger journals with me. And then usually I will add what I've written to my Hobonichi 5-year journal, which I just hate carrying around, so that stays at home usually. So, and then I have a Traveler's Town pencil board from this year's release. Moving on to my Hobonichis this year. So this kind of came out of left field. I really fell in love with the seahorses pattern. If you saw my past Hobonichi 2024 release video, this one I did pick up on Facebook Marketplace, and I don't know, I wanted to really try out the HON, which is their like hardcover planners, even though it's pretty flexible and soft in my opinion. I just really liked the pattern, but I didn't really have a use for it, which was kind of silly of me. I tried to resell this online before using it, and nobody wanted it in time, and then the blank pages started adding up and it was giving me anxiety, so I just decided to add it to my lineup and find a use for it. And so this year, I'm not really sure how I'm using the monthlies because this is not really for planning purposes. But I am using this kind of as a catch-all commonplace journal. So I have quotes in here, I have fountain pen ink swatches, and inspiring quotes in here. Pictures, and then I have some entries about what's going on during that day, or like some thoughts, things like that, and then just minimal amount of decor. I think it's also a space for me to kind of just play around a little bit with my stationery items, and also to practice my cursive because I really want to get back into lettering and cursive. And also been trying to write poems, not every day, but every once in a while, because I used to write poetry all the time. So this is currently what this journal functions as. I really like it. The size is A6, which is one of my favorites. Will I get this next year? No, I should not, because it's just another journal that I don't specifically have a need for, but I do like it. This is another A6 Hobonichi, and this is the Anemone mina perhonen cover from, I believe, 2023, last year. And I got it luckily on Mercari online. I'd been searching for it for a while and was kind of regretting not purchasing this style when it came out, and now it's sold out. So sometimes you can find them on the secondhand marketplaces. I also got this one in the A5 size just because I couldn't resist. So I have a A6 Hobonichi plain notebook in here, and I use this for memory keeping. Previously, I was using the dated Hobonichi Techo A6 in the original, and then the A6 last year for memory keeping. And by memory keeping, I mean I use this to write down family memories and specific milestones for my son. I love tracking that, and it's been really fun, but The dated ones just kind of put a lot of pressure on me, and I found last year that I just did not keep up, so I decided to try out using an undated notebook instead this year, and so far it's working really well. So what I do is I'll print out photos using my mini photo printers whenever I feel like it, or when I have kind of something more significant to document, whether it be a family event or memory or a milestone. But then I'll just kind of stick it in here, and I've been using my dated stamps to document things, and it doesn't even have to be long entries. I've kind of not put the pressure on myself to write too much, which I think I had a lot of pressure on myself last year, and then I just kind of avoided it. So sometimes it's just pictures and little captions of what's going on, or memories. Other times there's a lot of decor and photos and writing. But this has just been a really fun and low stress way to kind of keep up my memory keeping. So I'm really enjoying that, and I just love how more customizable it feels, and it's just low pressure for me. So I really love that. And then I'll just keep it up most days. So that's what I have so far. It's really been working well for me, so I'm very pleased about that, and think that this will be a ongoing journal in my lineup. This is my Hobonichi 5-year journal in the A6 size, and this one I have been using since late 2022. So I purchased it at the end of 2022 and kind of backtracked a little bit, and I've been using it now since then, and I've just started to kind of see the years on one page, which is really fun. So far this year, I've been pretty consistent in writing most days, and I use this for memory keeping. Obviously, it's just writing, and then I kind of translate big events or milestones into my memory keeping journal with photos of my son and my family. So I'll use this kind of as a guide, but it's also really nice to kind of look back on the previous years on the same page. And I think last year I was really stressed out about this journal, and I didn't want to keep going, but because it is technically like the 3rd year that I'm using it, I'm feeling more motivated to keep it up, and maybe I'll just do it until 2025 to have at least 3 years in the book. It's still overwhelming at times, but I think it would be a really nice journal to look back on, and it's always fun to read what we were doing or where my son was at this time last year or 2 years ago. So I think I'll keep this up, but it is a bit overwhelming at times to maintain it. So this is the black sheep of my lineup. This is my only planner that I'm using this year. This is the Plotter Bible size in the Liscio leather, and it has rose gold finishings. I did have a video about this, but I just never got around to posting it. Basically, I've been really wanting one of these Plotter binders just because I'm not a rings person, but the Plotter has such thin, compact rings that it makes it feel like it's not your average ring binder. And the leather is super luxe, and just everything about it is just so beautiful and well made. This I actually purchased used from a secondhand marketplace in Japan. And so it actually turned out more affordable purchasing it from Japan and shipping it from there secondhand. So this is a used plotter, which I definitely think is the way to go if you don't have it in your budget to buy it new, because it is very pricey. What I do is I have a running inbox list of things that might not have a date yet that I need to get done that I'll put in the front. I have like a shopping list in here and a wish list of things. And then I keep a monthly calendar for appointments and events. This is all just personal appointments and tasks and things like that. And these are free printables from Peanuts Planner Co. if you join their Facebook group. So I've printed these inserts on Kokuyo business paper, which you can find on Amazon, and it prints really well. I'm still testing it out. It holds up okay with fountain pen ink. It's not my favorite, and I don't love printing and cutting, but it's nice to have more customized inserts. And then I purchased a few inserts from Wise Coffee Break. She just created a shop, and I love her aesthetic. So I have a mood tracker here. And then I have her weekly inserts, which I really like. So I just keep kind of like a running list of things day to day, and then just overall weekly reminders or things like that. And I also have a currently inked page in here as well. And then in the back, just some notes about shows I'm watching, ideas of videos to film, and just like any kind of notes that I may need, whether it be learning or just thought process things in there. And then I also have a plotter. This is from Plotter, the pen holder, and then the elastic band. So far, I've really been loving using this size and plotter specifically. I don't mind the rings binder because it is so compact. And I like using this for my planner specifically because I don't normally have too much that I plan anyway personally. So I like having this as like a catch-all planner for different things that I don't want to forget or that I can kind of reference. Now, because the rings are small, you're not going to fit like a full year of planning as you would in like a Filofax that has bigger rings. So I do like the aspect that you can remove and kind of archive the pages and then look back at them like either in another binder or a folder if you need them. For me, that's not a problem. I don't really need to be carrying around too much. And like I said, I kind of keep this at home anyway. I don't really bring it out. And so for me, it's great. It's been working really well, and I enjoy planning in this. For me, having something simple and kind of like a catch-all of the things that I actually need is perfect for me, because I think what I was finding in planners is that I would just stop using them if it didn't work for me, and it just has like excess pages that I don't need or that I will not use. So something like a binder system really helps me as a planner, and I can customize it to my needs and use as many or as little paper and pages as I need. So for me, this is perfect, and I will continue to plan in my plotter. This is my B6 notebook in the Bassy Co leather cover that I had customized. I previously was using my new Rotterfaden cover, which you can see this one and the Rotterfaden in a previous video, but I decided to kind of switch back to the Bassy Co because I'm just into this leather and the colors again. So I have a insert in here that is a sort of personal baby book because I'm expecting my second son in the spring, and so I've just been using this to keep track of symptoms and feelings and thoughts and any pictures I might have month to month. So that's what this insert is being used as. And then in the back I have my B6 Common Planner. This is the 2023 book, but part 2, because I purchased this towards the end of 2023, and so I finished up the weekly sections. I was trying out an all-in-one planner and notebook, and I didn't use up all the gridded journal pages in the back, so what I've been doing is using this now for a dedicated personal journal. So I'll just write about things that are a bit more deep that I don't really want to share. And I was experimenting a lot in the beginning with, you know, ephemera and photos and stationery, but I've kind of recently decided that I just want it to be writing with minimal, you know, stationery decoration. And for any deep thoughts or kind of like extended journaling sessions, I'll use the rest of these note pages in the back of the common planner. So I'm not using the planner part, just going to get through the rest of the gridded pages in the back. I don't know if I'll actually finish all of these pages, but I'm gonna try and work my way at least halfway, and then maybe I'll just start a new blank journal, and I'd love to get another Sterling Ink B6 blank journal for that purpose. I love the weekly B6 common planner layout, and it worked really well for me, and I love this size, but I just wish it were separate from the notes pages because I don't really have a need for that many notes pages with a planner. So I'd love to keep it separate. I wish she had weekly pages in the B6 size as a refill. Right now she only has, I think, like a monthly calendar layout for the B6. So hopefully she'll come out with more B6 inserts, because then I would definitely purchase that. That was my 2024 Techo Kaigi or journaling and planner lineup for this year. I'd love to know what's in your 2024 lineup, so let me know down below. I hope this video was interesting and maybe a little helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!